What up, though? It's the big homie Kimbro right here. I got somebody very special in the building. My guy, Negüs Fresh up in the building. What up, bro?
What's the deal? What up, though? We in the city, right?
Man, it's good. It's a pleasure to have you here, for real.
I appreciate you for sure.
Yes, sir. Fresh off the tarmac.
Yeah, man. Literally just landed. From Chicago, from LA. My last 36 hours been crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
So let's get into it. Let's let the listeners know who you are if they ain't never heard you before.
For sure. So shit, I go by Negüs Fresh. That's Negus Fresh. You know, that name means king. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't be knowing what that shit mean, but it means king. So it's a play on words, King Fresh. So yeah, I'm from the west side of Detroit, born and raised. I live in Atlanta now, but yeah, that's me.
For sure. Now, you talked off camera. We was talking about you started music in 2017.
Yep.
What made that happen? Made that jump?
Man, honestly, I was hooping. You know, I was doing the overseas wave, and then I had an ankle injury. I had broke my ankle. Dang. Yeah, so like in between me trying to, you know what I mean, rehab and try to get another job or whatever, I started trying to learn how to produce. Okay. My cousin was already producing down in Atlanta. I was living in Atlanta at this point. Okay. And I couldn't do it, bro. This joint was hard. Yeah. So me and him had like, you know, worked on the beat together for some people. Okay. And I ain't like what they did to it. I was like, yo, y'all song is whack. Like it's corny. And they was like, yo, you can't do nothing better. In 5-10 minutes, I made a whole song. And they listened to it. They was like, oh no, you cold. And my cousin closed the laptop like, nah, bro, from here on out, you rapping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So then, at that point, it was for fun, right? Okay. Then you know, later on or whatever, like my mom got into like some legal trouble. So I started using the rap as more like therapeutic release type shit. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I can't cuss on here, can it?
No. But we'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it out. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, so therapeutic release. And, you know, yeah, like that was pretty much it, man. I was like, if you listen to a lot of my earlier music, it's a lot of like pain in it. You know what I mean? A lot of storytelling. You know, just a lot of pain, bro. I couldn't really talk to nobody about what I was going through because I mean everybody was leaning and dependent on me. You know what I mean? So that was my way of just releasing, you know, what was inside. And as time went on, you know, my music started just becoming more happier as I started to flourish more in life. You know, make more money. You know, and do more investments, do more happier things. And you know, now you listen to my music now and it's feel good. You know, music that'll make somebody want to get up and do something right, motivational music, you know what I mean?
For sure. Now, your cousin, that's Alan Cash, right?
Yeah, that's my cousin. Oh, look at you did your research.
Oh, I do a little. Hold up. Look, I do a little bit. I got to know what I'm doing. Yeah. So, how long have y'all been doing music? Since 2017, right?
Yeah, so, man, I said like 2016 is when I started like kicking it with him more because he from here too. Right. But he moved to Atlanta as a kid. So we kind of like lost contact. But once I moved down to Atlanta, you know, we just reconnected and, you know, we smoke and chill. And, you know what I mean? He'd be working on music and I'd just be just there. You know what I mean? But if I'm just there, I might as well do something. So
now, has he done any of your recent stuff or anything?
He did. He produced a song recently for me called Good Job, Barry. You know, so one of my dogs, my dog Barry, he from around here. He's passed away recently from cancer. Man,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but he was well known, well loved around the community. But my cousin Cash, he produced that joint. Yeah. But he actually, I ain't gonna say that he don't do music no more. Okay. But man, in 2020, like 2020, 2021, he moved. Him and his family, they moved to Thailand. So
really?
Yeah, bro. They moved to Thailand.
That's dope.
Yeah, him, his wife, and he got 2 kids. Now he about to have 3. So
wow.
Yeah, bro, raising the whole family in Thailand. So yeah.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah, fire. So it'd be kind of hard to. I ain't gonna say it'd be hard to work, but you know, they 24 hours.
I'm about to say
the time difference is hard. Yeah. So 11 p.m. is 11 a.m. for me. So you know, I'd have had like a couple nights where I was up 3-4 in the morning, and you know, we get on a call or whatever and work some stuff out. But you know, all of my other producers that I rock with, you know, they from Detroit. They just all live in Atlanta. One of them live in L.A. So yeah, everything Detroit based with me, man.
Okay. Now, who have you tapped in with in Detroit?
Man, honestly, not too many people, but like I done politicked and kicked it with, you know, chopped it up with Detroit Diamond. You know, she was recently on Netflix show. Yeah. Kid from Doughboys Cash Out. Okay. You know what I mean? He came to the show that I had out here with Dom Kennedy when I was on tour with Dom Kennedy.
I missed that
ain't
show.
Gonna lie though, bro. That was a show.
I missed that show.
That was literally my first. That was my actual first like performance where I'm performing all of my music. Okay. You know, in the city of Detroit, and that was a great show for me, bro. But yeah, he tapped in with me after the show. He you know walked up and introduced himself and all of that. You know, like a real man should, bro. Like I rock with that for sure. And, you know, he definitely gave my respect because, I mean, he ain't have to do that. You know, people know who he is, you know, but he walked up, introduced himself to me, you know, tapped in, like, let's work. But other than that, man, I ain't really tapped into too many people out here because I don't live here. You feel me? So, but what kid told me was like, yo, you got to start coming up here more. I'm gonna start getting you in these rooms. You can meet everybody. So that's what I'm on.
The thing about it is that, and nothing against my city, like I love my city to death, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes the only way you can grow is if you expand.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that doesn't mean that you don't respect home, like you can't come back home and stuff like that. But sometimes you gotta step in other rooms, you know what I'm saying, where everybody don't look like you or everybody don't talk like you. So that way they can see what you bring and you can see what they bring and stuff like that. So
only other person from the city that I have met was Bodie. I was on tour with Bodie and Benny the Butcher last year. And
shout out Bodie.
Yeah, me and Bodie had chopped it up in Seattle. We was politicking for a minute. And we talked about doing some music and everything. And it was the last city of the tour. And I was about to literally was like grabbing my bag to go to the airport. He had his manager come grab me. He was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, let's chop it up. We chopped it up for like 15, 20 minutes, smoked a little bit, you know, and then yeah, he a good dude too, man.
Yeah, Bodie's cool, man. He came through here about a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
stuff like that. We talked about him and his project with Ant Beats.
Yep.
And stuff. So yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, I rock with it though, man. You know, like I said, just getting back on that. You know what you just said about things being different as far as having to leave and come back. I think more or less like with me not tapping into too many Detroit artists like that is more or less because I just didn't grow up in music in Detroit. You feel me? Like I picked it up late. For one, and then for two, like I picked it up, and my sound ain't necessarily the sound of the city right now. In some ways, you know what I mean, beat wise and stuff like that. But the story is still the same.
Yeah.
But as far as beat wise and what's quote unquote popping for the city, it don't really align. But that's not saying that I ain't about to be on that type of time with everybody because I want to work with everybody for real.
Because you can, I mean, like you said, like your sound. It doesn't sound like the typical Detroit sound, but you can tell that you from Detroit.
For sure, definitely.
Like everybody can tell. People from Detroit can tell who from Detroit when the way they talk. So you can hear it, but I definitely feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
So right now you on the tour with Primo Rice, Sucker Free Tour.
Yep.
How's that been going?
Man, it's been going great, bro. Like I said, I was on tour with Dom Kennedy, and them shows was back to back to back to back to back. At least with Primo, we be getting a few days, a lot of more weekend stuff. But this last 36 been crazy. LA, Chicago to here, like but it's been great, dog. The response from the crowd been crazy. I could see my growth in it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the headliner, you feel me? But it's to the point to where when people hear my song, for me to come out, they got their phones out already.
Exactly.
I had a show in Nashville last week. Man. And I'm rapping, doing my set, and there's people in the front like, yo, play Red Eyes from Seattle. It's not even on my set list. It's a song I dropped in like 2021.
Yeah.
Like they just kept saying, play Red Eyes from Seattle. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna perform it. You better know all the words. My dog rapped every single word. Like every single, so I'm starting to get that type of effect where the crowd rapping my words, you feel me? Like wanting to, Primo got his meet and greet, I walk out, people want to meet and greet me too type thing, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely seeing the growth, man, for real. It's great to see, you feel? I'm smiling thinking about it. Like it's good to see the work paying off.
As well you should, man. As well you should, man. So with the tour, that a lot of people expect you to like put something else out. Yeah. Like you got something working on now?
Yeah, I'm working on a project right now. Me and a producer named Black Metaphor. I'm not sure. Yeah, Black Metaphor, man. You may or may not know his name, but you know his music. I put it that way. Like he produced a lot of songs for Rick Ross, Nas, French Montana, just everybody, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wayne, like you know his music if you hear it, but he and I tapped in the A. You know what I mean? He lived in Atlanta. And he liked my music, and he was like, yo, bro, like I trust you to do well with this music, with these beats. So he sent me a pack over. He sent me packs literally for months, and I picked out whichever ones I wanted, and he was like, yeah, so we're gonna have a collab project. I'm gonna drop it probably towards the end of the summer. But right now I'm just focused on just dropping singles with videos. You know
definitely.
what I mean?
Yeah, because that is definitely where it's at. Cause I'm following your one track right now, Alexander O'Neal.
Yeah, that's my joint.
Wait, who produced that song?
My dog Crow. He from Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, he live in LA. He produced that joint. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his name Crow, man. Shout out to him.
Now, when it comes to the beats, because like I love like an old school beat.
Yeah.
Like especially when it taps into like the music of like the 80s and stuff like that. How do you go about when you're like selecting a beat and stuff like that? How does it come to you? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you write to that?
Yeah. So man, That's a good question. A lot of the joints that I've sampled or that I've utilized, you know, it kind of like correlates back to my old days. So, you know, I'm from here, born and raised, but I spent my school years here, and I used to spend my summers sometimes here if I was playing like, you know, PAL in sports, baseball or something like that, basketball. But I would be in New Jersey with my mom. Okay. You know what I mean? Like with my mom's side of the family, because my mom originally from New Jersey. She moved here in high school. She graduated from Cooley. So get back to your question, like we would always take them drives. It's like 10 hours, you know what I mean, from here to New Jersey. Okay. And literally all the songs that I'd be like, you know, kind of tapping into, just music that we used to listen and ride to back in the day. So like hearing, you know, the Alexander O'Neal joint, you know, like I got like a sample from like Kissing You by, you know what I mean, by Total, like, you know what I mean? So like just all those type of tracks, like it correlates because that's just what I'm used to hearing, you know what I mean? Like even, you know, just being in Motown, bro, you know where we from, you feel me? Like all that type of music, it's the heart of the city, you know what I mean? So it's easy for me to create to it because that's what I listen to on a daily. And that's what I grew up on, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, man. Yeah. That's why I say I think that's what makes your music so relatable for me. Yeah. Like it resonates because it's something that you grew up on and stuff like that. So that's what's up.
Listen to next time you listen to Good Job Barry. Okay. Like I rap at the beginning, but ironically, bro, like my dog Barry had like recorded something, you know, like recorded. He was talking about me, right, and talking about me as an artist and stuff like that. And at the end of what he's talking about, he talks about how my music, you know, has like helped him, you know what I mean, or like made him remember like his childhood, you know what I mean? Like similar to what you saying, it just reminded him of the past and made him get in a happy place from the samples and, you know, the beats and everything like that. So
now is that what music does for you?
Yeah, it do, bro. You know what I mean? So listen to the samples and stuff like that. I'm like creating new memories, you know, based on memories that I've already had from those beats that I used to take them rides to. You know what I mean? Like literally used to be on that road in a little small, the smallest of cars, you feel me? Like ice coolers and everything with sandwiches and you know what I mean, juice and all type of stuff. Just listen to the music, bro. We had tapes back then. It wasn't no CDs. It was just tapes. Pop that tape in, you know, flip it around. Mary J. Blige in my life, you know what I mean? Just all that type of good music, bro. That's classic stuff.
It sounded like something me and my moms. We used to take them trips, man, and her she used to have a Geo Metro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's the same joint my mama had.
Yeah, she have a Geo Metro with the tape deck, man. Man, I can go on and on, but we take those trips too. So I definitely can relate. So how many more days you have left on the tour? The tour's about to wrap up soon.
Yeah, it's wrapping up. We got we actually got 2 more shows. We got a show in New York and a show in Washington D.C., which is where Primo from. From area. So yeah, we got them 2 shows in a couple weeks. So after that, I'm gonna start you know, taking a look at my analytics because I'm 100% independent. So take a look at my analytics and figure out, you know, what cities it makes sense for me to start having my own shows because I'm seeing, you know, the progress, you know, from these cities or these 2 tours that I've been on this year. I didn't see any progress to where I'm like, all right, I know I can go to a couple cities or a few cities and have my own show, especially Detroit. I know I could come here. Definitely. Yeah, I know I could come here and have my own show. Cleveland, I can go there. LA, I can go there. So, like, at this point, it's like, all right, cool. I got to start investing fully into myself.
Right. That's the only way it's going to pay off, for sure. Yep. Now, because we're gonna start manifesting some things right now, who would you want on the show with you?
Payroll.
Okay.
Easily. Like Payroll, like before I was even rapping, he was somebody that I would listen to like pre-basketball game. You know what I mean? When you said something about, you know, tapping into people, like Payroll, it's people's, I didn't already talk to them, you know what I mean? Like he's somebody that I definitely want to do a song with. He's my favorite rapper from the city.
I can feel that.
Yeah, Payroll for sure. And Peasy, you know. Okay. Like he's somebody. But other than that, you know, it's like people that's not from the city, you know what I mean? People that I didn't kind of like make connections with from other cities that, you know, like one of my dogs in Memphis, his name Goldie Rebel, he fire. Okay. Like I want to bring him along. One of my other homies in Atlanta, you know, we started doing music around the same time. His name King Elway, he fire. Okay. So, you know, just doing that and then going into these different cities and tapping into the people that's there, you know, like my label is called One Up, We All Up. So it's like big on community. Okay. You know what I mean? My slogan is if I'm up, then you up. If you up, then we up. For sure. So I'm like, if I got some motion, I done created some motion for myself. You know, it don't cost nothing to have somebody from a local spot, you feel me, local DJ, local whatever, to come let them do their thing in their city, bro. You know what I mean? Like people lose track of that all the time. It ain't always about $1. It's just sometimes about helping people out.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. We definitely got to tap in because we do a lot of community involvement here at the station. So Definitely got to tap in
for sure.
That, for sure, man. Yeah. For sure. But anything you want to leave with the listeners, where can they find you on socials? Where can they get your music? All that.
Yeah, so y'all can follow me at Negüs Fresh. That's Negus Fresh on all social media. That's where my music is being played, stream videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? Run everything up. Because if I get paid, then y'all get paid. So y'all get paid with dope stuff. So, yeah.
For sure. Negüs Fresh, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you for sure, man. Thank you for having me in the city.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.